Hey guys, it's brother in Christ Weston. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be reviewing a video from, or we're going to be reviewing an article from End Times Headlines. I was going to do a video, but I think the article has more to offer. Let's get into it. You already saw the title of this, whatever it is, and it is pretty substantial. We're going to read this. I have not read this. I just saw some news around it, and yeah, let's find out. So it says Jeffrey Epstein accomplice Ghislane Maxwell is ready to reveal truth of pedophile client list, says insiders. So why are Republicans blocking her? Interesting. I don't know why they are blocking her. Article, please let me know more. It says here, Ghislane Maxwell is willing to speak in front of Congress about the Epstein files, sources tell Daily Mail. Maxwell, 63, is the only person behind bars. Man, she is gonna be like the the black swan, or what is that, whatever that is, where she is gonna she is gonna open the doors wide open, and they're gonna wish they would have her. And I'm telling you, like, she's probably on unalive watch, no joke. She's about to Epstein herself, right? So we all know it because that's what happens to everybody else. Serving 20 years on child abuse trafficking charges. I don't know if I could say that out loud. Despite the fact that the pedophile, well, I guess I can, sex trafficking charges, despite the fact that pedophile Jeffrey Epstein allegedly controlled a web of underage girls. Additionally, Epstein's victims allege that they were passed around as sex toys to wealthy friends and billionaire businessman associates who regularly visit his homes, including his private island, Little St. James. I didn't even know that was the name. News source said, despite the rumors, Ghislaine was never offered any kind of plea deal. That is nuts. So she has no NDA, no deal. She would be more than happy to sit before Congress and tell her story. No one from the government has ever asked her to share what she knows. She remains the only person to be jailed in connection to Epstein, and she would welcome the chance to tell the American public the truth. What that truth is remains to be seen. She needs to be protected at all costs. This is one of them things where she's the villain for sure, and she can be an anti-hero in this sense to put other people behind bars like they should where she's at, right? Not that she's a hero. It means that instead of people change, right? People change. And instead of rotting behind bars, she wants to see justice. Not to say that she wants that at all. I have no idea. It's just one of those things where the bad guy, the villain who's done atrocities, ends up doing something good for a change, right? And this would be good because justice can be served to all people who have been involved in this disgusting, demonic, occult activity. All of it. Um, it says Maxwell was convicted 2022 over a role in the scheme to sexually exploit and abuse multiple minor girls with Epstein over the course of a decade. Maxwell argues she should have been protected from prosecution as a part of the non prosecution agreement made by Epstein, her former lover and boss, in 2007 when he agreed to plead guilty to two minor charges of prostitution. I saw that in a sweetheart deal, which saw him spend a little time behind bars. And now, controversy continues to rage over the Department of Justice statement that there is no Epstein client list. Golly, all of them got to go. All of them. All of them got to go. Her former lover, or excuse me, the release of the videos from the inside New York Metropolitan Correctional Center with DOJ says proves he unalived himself in 2019 while being held in jail on sex trafficking charges. Critics have pointed the fact that this is a crucial minute missing from the jailhouse video that also does not show the door or indeed the inside of the jail cell. That's true. That is true. The scandal and the alleged cover up has prompted a rebellion against President Trump, and it should be his loyal MAGA base because you're not making America great again. What you're doing is you're following the same vein of people who think they can get away with this or try to push this apart and push this away. And every one of his public statements about this have been so bad. They've been so bad. The one where he came out the other day with Pam, and then Marco Rubio looked like he did not want to be in the room, and the reporter was asking Pam, and then he stopped and he was like, "You were still talking about Epstein?" It's like, "What do you mean we're still talking about Epstein? We've been talking about that, and we're also talking about MLK and JFK. Where are those at?" And Then the social media post he put out about Pam, and he said, "What's going on with my boys and my gals? Everybody's turning on each other. It's like we're the greatest administration, this, that, and the third." And we acknowledge the things that he has done, but this right here, dude, is so bad. And this is what happens. Um, the hearts of wicked men run rampant and unchecked and not held accountable. And this kind of stuff is where we peer into the dark, I would say, um, eschatological kind of stuff, meaning like, where does the world turn to? Who's the world's leaders? Who's really doing these things? What are they being influenced by? What is money really that important to them? No, it feels like it's a leader, a lord, a demon, a Nephilim, something they're worshiping greater, because at some point money just doesn't have any meaning anymore. You want something more supernatural. You see what I'm saying? So to pass girls around or to do all this stuff, I've seen videos talking about um scaring children to get adrenochrome, right? This fear-based adrenaline, and then they harvest it out. Like, dude, what is going on, bro? Who does this? But this stuff is based about around occult practices, stuff that is sorry, you're on a stool here. Something that is demonic and has ties to ancient civilizations, ancient practices, ancient rituals, Baal worship, Molech worship, all this worship, right? It's something tied to it. So, anyways, let's finish up. It says, um, well, some even believe Attorney General Pam Bondi should be fired after promising she should to release all files relating to Epstein and high-profile male friends, only to apparently renege on the promise. Saturday night, President Trump posted a rebuttal to the accusations on a cover-up on social media site Truth Social, saying, "For years, Epstein over and over." Yeah, it is, and it should be. You mentioned it as well. Why are we not giving publicity to the files written by Obama, crooked Hillary? We should. You should do this as well. We're not saying don't do that. We're saying do that and do this. This is your promise. Make those things public. If you make these things public but not that public, that means you are implicit just by the appearance or the optics of not releasing that. There's something tied to your administration, the people you like, the people you're in business with, are you in bed with people, whatever. You leave the whole thing up for assumption, and that's where people run rampant, and that's where um, wars are started, because the truth is not, it's not truth, it's half truths, which is still a full lie. The Epstein cover up was also the main topic of conversation amongst attendees of the weekend's Student Action Summit in Tampa, Florida, hosted by conservative group Turning Point USA organization. Many credit with rallying Trump's young base before last year's presidential election. Oh yeah, Charlie Kirk. Sharon Allen, an attendee, told NBC, "It's not even about Pam Bondi to me. It's like, look, Trump, we elected you because you were supposed to be different, and you have proved to, and so you have proved to us you're different. So you have to prove to us you're different." Yes, a source close to Maxwell told Daily Mail that the former girlfriend of Epstein, who continues to protest her innocence, would welcome the chance to sit in front of Congress and tell her story, and she should, and that should happen. And I guarantee you, she is going to be unalived by herself by next week. So this stuff is wild, man. Absolutely wild. And there's something that's going to happen with this. Um, it's too big not to. It's too big not to. And you got to pay attention to what the Lord is doing, how the Lord is working, all this stuff. So, anyways, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Small health update. I have my neuro exam on Wednesday in the morning. And I would ask that you would pray and continue to pray for me, because I am deathly afraid, even though I've done every at-home neuro test that I can think of, and I seem to pass without my own bias, right? Hopefully, I'm trying not to be biased, but pray that my body operates the way it needs to, the way it's supposed to, and that I'm not manipulating anything, and that if something is really there, it will show, and if it doesn't, it will show. Um, I need a lot of peace about it, because I have a ton of health anxiety for sure, and this is a feels like a big chapter for me. Um, Even though it could be nothing, absolutely nothing, but it's this past month I've just been in this way. So it's scheduled for Wednesday in the morning around 8:30, 8:40. It'll be a 30-minute consultation, and then if anything needs to happen from there, like an EMG, which they would test my muscles and everything like that, like electromagnetic signals that send to the muscles, for like any kind of ALS or anything. I don't. I'm not showing these symptoms. What I'm saying is, if they needed to, it's there. They're gonna be testing for things like bradykinesia, rigidity, stuff like that for Parkinson's. It's all a part of a neurological exam, cerebral issues, everything. So it's not just these things. All that to say, it's on Wednesday. I got it scheduled today by the grace of God. It was supposed to be out months ago, and I found a place that was reputable, and they had an opening. Supposed to be tomorrow, but it got pushed to Wednesday. So if you could be praying for me, keep me in your prayers, and that I wouldn't be nervous. It would just walk in, say, "All right, body, here we are. Do what you need to do it the right way, not to try to mask symptoms or to hide symptoms, but just to be as symptomatic as you're going to be, and let the truth be the truth." And yeah, and I would ask that you'd pray for me. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next one.